I need to know some of your details. What is your name?
My name is Zawana.
Okay, Zawana. May I know where is your hometown?
My hometown is in Keke.
Oh, I see. There must be some traditional food there, right?
Yes.
Could you tell me about it?
There is a lot such as putu, lato, ambuyat, and more.
Wow, so interesting. Among these all food you have mentioned just now, which do you like the most and why you like it?
I like putu because putu can be eat without side dishes and it's so delicious.
I see. Do you know how to make it? If you don't mind, could you tell me about the recipe of the ingredients used?
Uh, we need tempurung, we need a pot, and we need ubi kayu. That's it.
Okay, thank you. I want to ask you, what is the process to produce the traditional food, whether it is easy or not?
Yes, it is easy. We just need a pot and inside of it we need water. Then we remove the cover. Then we put half of tempurung above of it. Then there is three holes. There is three holes at the tempurung. Then we put ubi kayu inside of it. Then the steam from the water will make the ubi kayu cook. So putu happens.
Uh, that's not easier like I think. Never mind for it. Can I know if there any other races for ethnics who share similarity or almost traditional food you have mentioned before?
Yes, putu is for putu. Is bajaus,
Okay.
but other ethnic share to eat it. We share the same food.
I see. It means that Putu is originally for Bajau, but the other ethnic also eat it.
Yes.
Okay, okay. Okay, then I see. Is there any taboo to eat the food? If yes, can you tell me what is it? What is it?
No, there is no taboo for it.
Okay, okay. I would like to ask you if you know it. When is the traditional food first produced? Or other questions, since when you know about the traditional food? Do you think this food always edible? It is beneficial for us to eat?
Yes, we can eat it, and I know it from my village. They always make it when there is kanduri, there is weddings, when there is weddings. So I always eat it when I am at village.
If you remember, since when you start eat it?
I start eat it when I'm still a kid, like 4 or 5, like that.
Okay. If someone wanted to explore your traditional food, which dish would you choose and why?
I will choose lato because lato is a rare food for another ethnic, and it is delicious too. So that's why I recommend it.
Okay, okay. I would like to know your opinion. Do you believe that the traditional food you are mentioned just now could contribute to strengthen the racial unity, especially at your hometown?
Yes, because the food originally come from our ethnic. Then our ethnic will share to another ethnic. It make our bond become stronger because we share and we care for each other.
Okay, I see. Okay, I want to ask you the last question. Zawana, what is your hope for this food for future generation? As we know, nowadays many traditional costume is being forgotten.
I hope the future generation will not forget about this food because they will lose the feeling about the village. That's why we need to let our generation the next generation know about it, so they will not forget about the feeling of the village.
Hi, my name is Nurizati binti Jebri. Okay. May I know where your hometown? I'm from Papar, region Papar, which is from Sabah. Oh, I see. There must be some traditional food there, right? Could you tell me about it? There are many traditional foods in here, such as kalupis, lamban, kui rempeyek. Oh wow, it's so interesting. Among these food traditional you've mentioned, which do you like the most and why do you like it so much? For me, what I like the most is kalupis. This is because kalupis taste very delicious and yeah, it's just perfect for my taste. Oh, do you know how to make the traditional food? If you don't mind, could you tell me about the recipe or the ingredient used? Um, I I didn't know much about the process, but I know some of the ingredients such as glutinous rice, coconut milk, and banana leaf, salt, yeah, the essential one lah. Okay, thank you. I want to ask you what is the process to produce the traditional food? Is it? For me, it's actually easier if you practice it, such as like the process to make this traditional food is you need to follow the first step to make sure you can make the right traditional food. Okay, so you can get the similar taste like the original one. Okay. Okay. It's not easy like I think. Yes. Never mind for it. Can I know if there are other race or ethnic who share similarity or almost traditional food you mentioned before? I think Brunei ethnics have the similarity to this traditional food, which is cookies. Yes. Thank you. Okay then. Is there any taboo to eat the food? If yes, can you tell me what is it? Actually, there is no taboo to eat the food because we believe nowadays it's become more modern and there is no more taboo before eat and serving the meals. We believe that our ancestors forbid us before just because to discipline us. So I'm pretty sure there is no taboo to eat this kalupis. Okay, I would like to ask some question. If you know, when is the traditional food first produced? And do you think the food always edible? It is beneficial for you to eat? I've known it since I was little, I can say, because my parents exposed me to these kalupis because it is a staple food in our ethnics. For me, yes, of course, this food is edible to eat and it is actually beneficial for us because it contains some good vitamin. Oh, I see. If someone wants to explore your traditional food, which dish would you choose and why? Of course, I will choose kalupis, just like I've mentioned before. It is because kalupis is the most favorite traditional food in my hometown. So, kalupis is the answer. Okay, then. I would like to know your opinion. Do you believe that the traditional foods you mentioned could contribute to strengthen the racial unity, especially at your hometown? In my opinion, everyone from different ethnicities will eat that kind of food. From that, we can see the racial unity, especially during ceremony. For example, feast and wedding, we can see this kalupis. Yeah. Yes. My last question was, what is your hope for this food for future generation? As we know, nowadays many traditional food is being forgotten. My hope is I hope today's generation, especially kids and adults, can continue this traditional food, which is at least they know how to make this food, and so that the food will be passed to the next generation, because this food is very delicious.
I need to know some your details. What is your name?
My name is Anissa.
Okay, thanks Anissa. May I know your hometown?
My hometown is at the Papar.
Oh, I see. There must be some traditional food, that right? Could you tell me about it?
Sure, such as nasi lemak, ambuyat, kelupis, and kuih cincin.
Wow, it's so interesting. Among these food traditional you've mentioned, which do you like the most? And why do you like it so much?
I most like nasi lemak because the food is basic, but very nice, and the taste of the sambal is sweet and spicy.
Okay, thank you. I want to ask you, what is the process to produce the traditional food? It is easier.
It's not easier, but if you learn and practice, it will become easy. You just need to put the good ingredients.
Okay. That's not easier like I think. Never mind for it. Can I know if there are other races for ethnic who share similarity or almost traditional food you've mentioned before?
There are no races for ethnic who share similarity for traditional food, because nasi lemak is the most traditional food among the Malay ethnic.
Okay, then I see. Is there any table to eat the food? If yes, can you tell me what is it?
There is no taboo to eat food because we believe nowadays it's become more modern and there is no more taboo before it.
Okay, I would like to ask you if you know it. When is the traditional food first produced, or other questions, since when you know about the traditional food, do you think this food always edible? Is it beneficial for us to eat?
I didn't know but when they did it, but I'm really grateful that I know this food and I love it. And I don't think so. This food is already edible because it's not good for health.
If someone wanted to explore your traditional food, which dish would you choose and why?
I will choose kuih cincin because the food is unique. And this food is only available in my hometown.
I would like to know your opinion. Do you believe that the traditional food you've mentioned could contribute to strengthen the racial unity, especially at your hometown?
Yes, because this food is permanent and will not sing forever.
Okay, for last question is, what is your hope for this food for future generation? As we know, nowadays many traditional custom is being forgotten.
I hope the next generation will learn more about the food and can support the traditional food.
What is your name?
Waalaikumsalam. Hi, my name is Nur Nadia Fazila binti Jalaluddin.
May I know where's your hometown?
I am from Papar, Sabah.
Okay, in your hometown, there must be some traditional food there, right? Could you tell me about it?
Sure. Traditional food that we have here are penjaram, lato, loho, and ambuyat.
Wow, it's so interesting. Among these food traditional you have mentioned, which do you like the most, and why do you like it?
Among this traditional food, I like the most is lato. Because lato is a simple traditional food, we can eat it as a snack or eat it with rice.
Do you know how to make the traditional food? If you don't mind, could you tell me about the recipe or the ingredients used?
The ingredient that used to make lato is simple. We only need red onion, chili, lime, and lato.
Okay, thank you. I want to ask you, what is the process to produce the traditional food? It is easier.
lato, to make lato, it is easier because we have to reboil the lato and mix it with red onion, chili, lime, and salt. We can add on mango also.
Oh, I see. That's easier than I think. Can I know if there are other races of ethnic who share similarity or almost traditional food you have mentioned before?
Yes, for example, ambuyat. It is also Brunei ethnic traditional food and it called ambulo. Other than that, Bugis ethnic also have the similarity traditional food and it called kapuro. The ingredients that used to make this thing are sagu.
Oh, okay, I see. Is there any taboo to eat the food?
No, there aren't any taboo to eat this food.
Okay, next question I would like to ask you about, do you think this food always edible? It is beneficial for us to eat?
Yes, like I mentioned before about lato, lato is good for our skin because it has collagen in it.
If someone wanted to explore your traditional food, which dish would you choose and why?
I would introduce them lato because lato is rare food and only can be found in Sabah.
Okay, I would like to know your opinion. Do you believe that the traditional food you mentioned could contribute to strengthen the racial unity, especially at your hometown?
For me, yes. As you can see, young generation nowadays doing business to sell the lato in online and it going viral now to the West Malaysia.
Last but not least, what is your hope for this food for future generation, as we know nowadays many traditional custom is being forgotten?
I hope that any kind of traditional food continues to grow around the world and it is not forgotten by everyone.
I need to know some of your details. What is your name?
Well, my name is Nurashikin binti Musrafa, and I live here.
Okay, thanks, Ashikin. May I know where is your hometown?
My hometown is here, which is Kampung Semayang Sandakan.
Oh, I see. There is must be some traditional food there, right?
Yes, of course.
Could you tell me about it?
Yeah, of course. We got a lot of what was it again?
Traditional food.
We got a lot of traditional food here. One of them is, lato. We got agar-agar. We got tiula itum is the most iconic here.
Wow, it's so interesting.
Yeah.
Among these traditional food you've mentioned, which do you like the most? And why do you like it so much?
If you will ask me, I would say tiula itum, of course.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do you know how to make the traditional food?
Uh,
If you don't mind, could you tell me about the recipe and the ingredient used?
Well, I personally don't know how to do it, but I know some of the ingredients, which is you need coconut, we need serai. I don't know serai which in English, and spices and onions and all of that.
Okay, thank you. I want to ask you, what is the process to produce the traditional food? Is it easier?
I would say it's not easy because you got to take a lot of time in the process of making it. For example, you have to burn the coconut and then you got to cook it for more than 3 hours.
Oh
That's
my
why we don't do it often here.
Wow, that is not easy. Like, I think, never mind for it. Can I know if there are other races of ethnics who share similarity or almost traditional foods,
you've mentioned before?
We sure got similarities with bajau rice. It's almost similar to suluk because this is from suluk. This dish is from suluk rice. I'll say.
Oh, okay, then I see. Is there any taboo to eat the food? If yes, can you tell me what is it?
What was it again? Sorry.
Is there any taboo to eat the foods? If
Um,
yes, can you tell me about it?
There is ain't no taboo from anyways, but you can eat it almost anywhere, everywhere, anytime you want. You just cook it
Oh,
and then it's ready to eat.
okay. I would like to ask you if you know it. When is the traditional food first produced? Oh, other questions? Since when you know about the traditional food? I mean the tula itum, the gamay, and everything. Do you think this food always edible? Is it beneficial for us to eat that food?
Well, this recipe has been here. We do it here for a very long time now. It's from our ancestors and from my grandparents before. And then it's of course it's beneficial because it has a lot of proteins. It has lots of some nutrients when you eat it.
Okay. If someone wants to explore your traditional foods, which dish would you choose? And why did you choose that food
Okay.
to show to them?
If you want to try one of my traditional food, I will say recommend you to try lato because it's seafood and almost everyone say it is delicious. And because I don't recommend you the tula item because it's not
Easier to make it.
it's not easier to make it and it's not easier to find it here. It's only come when we have any feast or kanduri or
So we
reception or weddings.
I would like to know your opinion. Do you believe that the traditional food you mentioned could contribute to strengthen the racial unity, especially at your hometown?
Absolutely, I will say yes because when there is any occasions going on like weddings,
Yeah.
that's where when we actually gather around and doing stuffs like cooking, especially when we're cooking tula itum,
Yeah.
it requires a lot of people to do it.
Okay, for the last questions, what is your hope for this food for your future generation? As we know, nowadays many traditional food, custom is being forgotten.
Yeah, I agree with you because there's so many things that being forgotten right now. So my hope for this, for younger generation is to keep learning about tradition. It doesn't matter if it's clothing, if it's cooking, if it's the dishes. We just learn about it.